Welcome to episode 9 of Often Beats. This is your host, Clint. Why did the owl follow the Grinch down the mountain? I'll repeat that. Why did the owl follow the Grinch down the mountain? Well, since you asked, it's simply because the owl wanted to see his family down in Whoville. Because that's where it takes place in the Grinch. You get it. You fucking get it. So, today was a very steady day. Nothing crazy. Until sometimes during the day, I would say it happens about at least once a day. I am a saying type of guy. If you know what I'm saying, I like sayings. One thing randomly just popped in my head. We've all been taught this. We've all been shown it. It's about being courteous to others. There's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place for everything, which is very true. As you get older, you understand. It's about reading the room. It's about just being more aware that, you have an opinion, or maybe there's something on your mind, and it's maybe anger. Maybe it'll make some person feel some type of way. It's about, is at work, is this really the time and place? Or you're at the grocery store, and maybe you're trying to decide, maybe you have an epiphany like, you know what? I'm 100% gay. Well, maybe you're in aisle 4 where the crackers are. Where the little Belle crackers next to the Cliff Bars, Maybe you don't, in that moment, shout, "Hey everyone, can I have your attention?" And everyone stops what they're doing. And you tell them, "I'm gay." Maybe at a Publix at 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon on a Wednesday. Maybe not the time and place. Moms are there near where the apron station is, where they're cooking some bourbon steak. Just, the best part for a kid that's stuck with their mother is free food. That's about it. Moms are just there trying to get the lasagna for the night, their hamburger helper, their stroganoff, their canned tomatoes for their spaghetti they're going to make. Get Lunchables, the huge. Time and place. Keep that in mind. Time and a place. So when these sayings come to my mind, naturally, my mind will connect it to something. I don't know why it connects with it at the moment, but the more I think about why it connects with that, your boy figures it out. So, time and a place. Saying in my head. For some reason, the thing that connects to that is childhood favorite of a lot of his kids. Beauty and the Beast. So, I don't remember the movie from top to bottom, or front to back, or beginning to end, or beginning to climax, or when you transition to a beast. I don't remember every little detail. I'll tell you what I do remember. I do remember the smaller little characters, her little friends she meets. When she goes into that mansion, she meets Mrs. Potts. She meets little Chip off the old block. Because, she's always spilling the tea, if you know what I mean. Then you got the Timon and Pumbaa character knockoffs, or I should say copycats, or just say we were influenced. But I think maybe Lion King came after that, so maybe Timon and Pumbaa was actually inspired by Cogsworth and Lemire, where they're the funny side characters. They're funny enough to bring a little humor, they're the funnier parts in the movie, but they're not just throwaway characters. They are vital parts to the story, but they throw in a little humor in there. They probably throw in some innuendos you probably don't catch on to your later in life. That's why my mom was always laughing at that parts. I really need to rewatch that movie so I could truly understand where the sexual innuendos came in place, because they always were in those movies. But on topic, as always, we stay on topic here. Time and a place, Beauty and the Beast. Where could that possibly connect? There's never a time and a place. I like how we just forget about this stuff, right? Before I get to the time and a place that I came to my conclusion of, when you're rethinking Beauty and the Beast, Hallmark classic, one of the biggest movies probably the last 30, 40 years, especially animated movies. It's funny how in today's world, we're worried about what kids are watching on TV. We're worried about, oh my God, my kid was watching TV, and next thing you know, this girl's tits were the size of Montana. Just bare. Nothing but open. And what's funny about that, we're worried about what our kids are watching. Teen Titans, Violet girl, the girl in the purple, Violet's Incredibles, but Teen Titans, that purple girl who's like slightly emo, whatever. She kind of has a slick leather suit type of thing, kind of like Kim Possible, but bangable. And we're so worried, oh my God, I don't want my kids to go on YouTube and watch Lil Nas X praising Satan. I don't want my kids to go on YouTube and then he watches some girls just basically being whores and twerking Meg the Stallion, that wop and that wop and that pop, and next thing you know, it doesn't stop, and then my kid is like, Mommy, I want pussy. But you let your kids watch Beauty and the Beast, which the whole fucking theme of it is bestiality. This woman, yes, he was once a man, since he was a douchebag. Could you imagine in real life if douchebags just turned into fucking beast? Like Sasquatch looking fucking beast like he did? Damn. Reproduction would be at an all-time low. Or would it? Because although the only way he ends up turning back into a human is by learning to basically love. Because she loves him. Basically, someone had to love him before the rose disintegrated. I watched the play. I've gone to the Fox Theater and watched it. I used to watch theaters. I love plays. But as I've gotten older, the whole theme of it was her being attracted and probably behind the scenes fucking this animal. That's bestialities, my friends. That is bestiality. But I guess we will ignore that, because you know why? It's a classic. The times were different. Bestiality, it was okay back then, I guess. But more importantly, to the subject, there's a time and a place for everything. Pretty simple. Cogsworth is a clock. Lemire is the candle. It's really relevant in this analogy. Cogsworth is the clock. Basically, he has a little clock on his nose. He is time. And wherever he goes, that's the place. So technically, he is always going to be the time and a place. And that's my analogy. Here's my poem. This one is called Dream On. Is it okay not to dream? Every morning you wake, do you remember? Through your day, do you remember what you dreamt about? Do you apply what you dreamt about to make it feel real one day? Or is it better to keep it as such? What if we live to dream? Because what if your dreams become reality and you have no butterflies to look forward to? What if it's better pursuing a dream your whole life than it is to achieve it? Because what if finding out your dream is not quite what you thought it'd be? You expect a specific version that best suits your idealistic way. But it turns out to be nothing like that. But in a dream of pursuit, the process is much more rewarding than the revelation. That's when you're paying attention to every word said, every scene that is said. You can justify to your friends why income isn't coming in yet. The come up is more plotted. Interest in the ideas spew more interest. Now I've made it. So what now? Whole Genesis, quick summary, because it says I have 2 minutes before all my memory runs out on my camera. Basically, is it much better to continue living the idea of the dream than is to achieve and find out that years and years of what you thought something would be is not? It's better to live your life feeling like you're working towards something than to reach that something and hate it. And then what? Then it's like your whole life was for what? It's better to always achieve and find out, but what if that's the only thing you wanted at all? And you've convinced yourself that you have to do something you feel is less fulfilling. Or do you just accept whatever your dream comes with, regardless of the ramifications? And that is episode 9 of Off and Beat. So we're gonna beating off into the sunset. Have a great night or day or morning. My